Good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Singleton, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you live Monday evenings at 7 p.m. So sorry I'm late. I was trying to log on, and my streaming system said, you've lost connection with Facebook, so I had to start all over again. So I was hurriedly trying to get everything all connected, so sorry about that. Anyways, so hopefully everyone had a great weekend. It was beautiful out, and I'm loving the fact that even during the week, we're starting to have longer days, longer sunshine. I love that. So today was nice and sunny for a while. I think the sun's just now starting to go down. I love those days where it's brighter out longer. So, and I had a great weekend. We got to goodness, now it's telling me it's not showing there we go. Hello there, Mom. This is all different. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on with my system. All right. So now, before it showed my comments way different. Now it's showing it differently. Okay. So this weekend, we got to go out and we got to, okay, I don't want them down there. I don't want, oh my gosh. Comments. I don't want everyone to see them. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to fix that. Okay, we'll figure it out later. Because it's showing the comments there. I just want them to show, let's see, let's hide comments. There we go. We're showing them everywhere. Now I can just see them, not everyone. Okay. So we got to go out and go jeeping in the beautiful weather that we had Saturday. That was a lot of fun. It was gorgeous out. And then it rained on us while we were outside. So we came back got back about 4:30. So, but anyways, hopefully everyone else had a great weekend. So since last week I wasn't on the live, I decided to do the card that I wanted to do last Monday. And I picked a suite that I had originally not really liked at first when I bought it, but I thought, oh, I'm probably going to eventually figure out something to do with it. And so I kind of perused around and tried to decipher. So I had found someone had worked up a card, and I changed up some of the colors and a little bit of the textures and some stuff that they had used. And I really wanted to go with the soft succulent color and the pale papaya color, and thought that was really nice. So if you purchase the suite, you get the die set and the stamp set and the paper all together. And the paper is really nice. So you get of course, it's called Delicate Desert Paper Designer Series paper, and it has all these different papers in them. So it has, some of the greens in there, and then the other side, and then it has some polka dots, which you can't really kind of tell, but so it's the pale papaya color. And then the other side is green, and then you have this gray color, which doesn't look like it in the picture. I'm like, I don't want to work with gray. The gray's kind of weird and funky, but actually I ended up using the gray. And then you have this really, really pretty color, and this side that's the side of the gray. And then you have this really nice pattern, and on this side is another gray pattern. So it's all the Southwest kinds of patterns. This color I can't wait to use. It's got the oranges and the reds in them, and then that's a green pattern and another green pattern. So I thought, oh yeah, which is all the colors of the desert and the sunsets and the sunrises that we have here. Then you also get this paper, which is what I used. It's this shiny metallic paper, and you get it in the green, and you get it in, oh, I gotta take it out. You get it in the pale papaya color. So I used it in the green color because I used the greens. So this is the card we're gonna make. Let me switch it so you can see it. Hi, Sarah. So this is the card I decided on. I used the pale papaya, but I also used the green, and then I used the gray as the background as well. So I did kind of two-step pattern. But see, I used the metallic color to kind of bring out some of that color in it as well. And then I stamped the flowers. The big flower is the pale papaya. The little flower is this so saffron. So those are all colors of the desert too. And then this is the soft succulent as well. So you can stamp them and then cut them out because our die set cuts out all of this stuff, which is so nice because this die set is amazing. And I was not sure I was going to like this die set at all. So I did this little border here. So you cut that out with this, and then you cut this part out on the inside, so then it gives you that inside cut out part. But you could use just this part when you cut this out and not have the inside part out and just put a piece over it if you want to. So many things you can do. And then there's this piece that gives you these little leaves part. But you can do so many other things with this too. There's like this border piece that looks amazing as well that you can put on there. And this you could die cut out, and that looks really awesome as well. So, I mean, there's so many things that you can do with this set. But at first I was like, I don't know. It looks kind of funny, but I don't know. So then I picked out Sending Warm, Raise Your Way. And I was like, I don't want to put it like just all the way across. So I stamped this and then I just cut it. And you could still cut it into other little bits and pieces and put it all across your card and it not be just one strip all the way across. So that's what I decided. And then I had the inside of this piece, and I put that piece on the inside of the card, and then I just stamped one of the flowers on the inside of the card at the bottom, so then it wasn't just plain on the inside. So you can play around with it too. And then also when you buy the suite, I go again and use pieces when I'm on the line. You also, when you buy the suite, you get the little, they're called raindrops. They're sequins, gold faceted sequins. And I didn't know this because when it comes like this. And so when I opened it, I'm like, oh my goodness, you get these little half moons. Super cute, huh? And then you get little sequins, bigger sequins, and these look like little raindrops, kind of. So I put this little half moon, of course, when I had it on my finger, it's upside down, but I left it. So I just put that up there too. So it's actually kind of cool. So that's really fun. So the whole suite gives you all kinds of fun stuff to be able to play with. So like anytime there's a suite, I usually try to buy the whole suite just because it's a lot more fun to play with. So like, oh, okay. So I cut everything out because it's just easier to work with. So got everything all cut out and everything ready to go. So I'm going to do my stamping first. And I did. Okay. So your inside piece for your inside of your card is your white piece, and that's your standard little piece. So that's and my brain just went dead. Okay, so that's 4 by 5 1/4. So since we're going to stamp that, I got out my little stamp and I'm going to put my little piece on the bottom. So that's going to go down here on the bottom. I got that all cut out. So I'm going to stamp my little flower. then I'm gonna yep. And then it's all the stamping work actually really do because I already got all those all stamped. And then I'm gonna glue this on. And oops. Now it looks like it's kind of coming out of the bottom there, so that's good. All right, so our card base is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So I'm going to just give that a fold. And now we can put this on the inside. All right, and then we can start our outside part. And we're going to layer, so start with a pale papaya, and that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to layer our this little gray piece, and it's directional. So, I mean, you could put it the other direction if you want. It just, to me, looked better that it went this way because all the lines and all the stuff that's on there is going this way. So I cut it directional. And so it's 3 3/4 by 5. So we want to lay that on there. And see this other side, that's really pretty too. So that would be fun to play with as well. I just love this soft succulent color. I just think that it's so pretty. I've been into this soft succulent lately. Although I really like the Cajun Craze too. So I was having a hard time deciding which one I wanted to play with. I wanted to go with soft succulent. So I'm trying to get this on here. And I did a better job of cutting this out than I did on my first one. So this is it just barely fits on here. So, I mean, you can always cut this piece a little bit bigger, but I didn't want to. I wanted it to just fit in there. The neat thing about this is when you cut this, it's got some character to it. So, I mean, it's got some, well, I end up covering it up, but it'll be all right. But just so pretty, this paper. Did a really nice job, as they always do, of getting all this pretty paper, slip stamping up paper. This everywhere. I'm getting this glue everywhere. Okay. And we can get this on here. Right. And I ended up, I used my dimensionals and put this on. I have a card without dimensionals. Oops, on the wrong side. All those little ones. All right. Now, I kind of set these in here. And kind of figure out where this is going to go. This is going to go. Going to go. All right, so these need to come up because you want to be able to see them. All right. I think there. Just put a teeny bit of glue on these just because everything else is going to hold them in place. So I just kind of oops. And all these will hold that in place too. So it really won't go anywhere. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then we want to stamp on this. You could use a scrap, but I ended up just cutting this. It's easier, and I just made this 3 3/4 by a half, I think, by 3/4. And then I'm going to stamp it, and this is the pale papaya, and then I'm going to stamp it in the soft succulent. Just because this is just a teensy bit larger than this stamp. You can even go smaller. But I think that this will be just, it ended up being just perfect size. So, you know, it's just a little bit bigger, so it could even go smaller. Yeah, that looks good. And then just take our scissors. And cut it at thinning warm. Raise your way. And I kind of, since there's not much there, so I kind of cut this off just a little bit too, so it's a little more even. Same with sending. I didn't want so much space at the beginning either. I don't wanted it to be even. And then I also put dimensionals on that. Okay, now you can put these on however you want because it is your card, but I thought that it looked kind of nice to kind of offset it, so I did it sideways. So I do like it kind of coming like that. I kind of like it like that. And then I thought that it was, okay, so now I'm going to just attach it and then I'm going to finish it. Put our bow and our sparkles on there. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, they've helped out with the color combinations, but I really like that you can use the different color combinations with it. And I've really enjoyed, I've kind of come out of my comfort zone. I've started using different colors as well. Mixing my color combinations and not using the same colors that I've always used either. So, I've expanded my colors because I would not normally have used these kinds of colors either, but I am getting to where I like these colors because I like purples. So I would do purples. Of course, there is no purples in this, but I really like these colors as well. And so I'm trying to get out of my colors and not just do things with colors that I just like. So I'm really liking these color schemes. So I'm now starting to gravitate to more of these kinds of colors too. So it's kind of fun to get out of your color box and play with different colors. Okay, and so now this was fun. So I thought, oh, this would be fun to put them in the flowers as well. So this was nice that they gave us, the putty thing is making me crazy. So I put one of the big ones inside the big one. Then I put the littler ones inside the little ones. I just gave it a little bit of a pop, I thought. And then I put the little moon, half moon. I thought that was kind of fitting. Thought these little half moons were super cute. Let's see if I can pick one up this time. Okay. So I think I'm going to put it right there. I just thought that was the cutest thing. And like I said, that was a surprise when I opened up the package. I didn't know that they were there. It's like, oh my goodness. All right, so let's put on. All right, that's stuck much better. And then we'll give our edges a little haircut, a little trim there. This one can use a little trim. There we go. And oops, it's stuck to me. And then that's our card. I like that better. I put these up a little bit higher, my flowers, and that looks a little bit better. when you do it again and you like it better. And then that's our inside. Then that just gives our inside just a little bit too. So then that's our card. Oops, that's a little high. So sending warm rays your way, which sounds kind of fun. Sarah, do you know? I think these little things have a name to them, and I don't remember what they're called. Do you know what they're called? These little rays. Someone said maybe they're aloe things. I think aloe something or others, maybe. I don't remember, but they do have a name because they're all desert something. So I don't remember now. But anyways, this is your card for the week. So super excited everybody joined me. I appreciate it. But we're getting in new things. Don't forget, you can go online. We now have it online. And so there are some things that you can order online. If you prefer not to order online and you want me to order them for you, I can. Just let me know and I will place the order for you. But they are doing some online things. And you can look at them online and just let me know what you want and I can order for you. Because some people don't like to order online, but they are doing some online things. Online is not replacing the catalog. They are going to still have a new catalog coming out in May. They're just doing like an additional thing. So they're going to have additional things that you can order that are online. In the meantime, if you need something, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next Monday. Have a great evening. Thank you again for joining. Bye-bye.